Okay, students. So earlier we just studied about the link state routing concept, right? So we understood that we have to collect information and then create a particular graph, and then from that graph we can create a table. And as suggested by the author, we found out that Dijkstra's algorithm can really help us a lot. So let's try to go through Dijkstra's algorithm. I tried to create an example and show you various steps that are needed in order to obtain the routing table. Okay, so here we have this particular network. We have A, B, C, D, E, and F, and we have links associated with them, which represents the cost. Okay, so from A to B we have 5, from A to C we have 2. So these are the various costs, or maybe the distance, or maybe the importance of that particular links that we have here. Okay, so here it is just representation with a number. So now how do we start? So suppose in this particular problem where we want to find the solution, suppose A is the starting node. Okay, so A is the starting node. As you can see in the example, I have always tried to keep this so that you remember that we want to find the routing table for A. Okay, so since we are trying to find the routing table for A, and I would just want to make sure that this is not this particular topology. Here we have a different topology, different example. Okay, so don't try to compare it with this diagram. Here I'm taking a very different one, a little larger network, so that we can try to find out various conditions that has to be applied in order to find the table. Okay, so here we have A, B, C, D, and E, and F. So based on this network, we have to create a table which will be initial table. So how many columns do we have? We have 3 columns here. We have 1, 2, and 3 column. So this first column is just mentioning the various nodes we have, and it has to start from the node for which we want to find the graph. Okay, so here we have just the nodes. Then the second column is shortest distance from A. So I'm just giving an abbreviation SD with A. Okay, so here it's just a column where you will find out the various costs related to this particular nodes we have. So we will try to understand step by step. Okay, so just remember that in this particular second column we will have the distance, or the shortest distance from that particular node, starting node A, to the other nodes. Okay, so for this one it will be from A to B, then A to C, then A to D, then A to E, then A to F. Okay, so these will be the cost for the journey from A to B, A to C, A to D, and so on. And then we are also going to keep track of the previous node, which I'm just abbreviating as PN, not of much importance in the rest of the demonstration, but anyways it's the previous node, which is PN. Okay, so here we will just keep track of the last node before coming to this particular node. Okay, so if you have to come to D, then what will be the previous node to reach D? Okay, that information will always be stored in the last column. Okay, so here please remember, previous means just the previous one. Okay, it does not mean historically any previous one. No, it does not mean that. It means just the previous one. Okay, so now let's start. So initially there were no these blue markings. Okay, there were no blue markings. This was just in black. So if you concentrate on the text which is black, we have A, B, C, D, E, F, and we have 0, infinity, 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 infinity. Okay, and then we don't know the previous nodes of the respective nodes. So what do you mean by that is, to go from A to A, the distance will be 0, so we just write down 0. Then from A to B, then A to C, then A to D, then A to E, and A to F will be unknown in the beginning, of course, so they are infinite. Okay, we don't know. I think we have already discussed this before. If we don't know a particular path to reach a particular node, we keep it as infinity. Okay, the value is infinite. So after doing this initial plot, what we have to do is we have to take A, we have to cross it, because that is the current node we are concentrating on. Okay, so there are a lot of terms for that: visiting node and temporary node, permanent node, various concepts are there, but here just remember that here we want to concentrate on A and try to find out what are the other nodes that it is linked to. So if you concentrate on A, it is linked to B and C, so of course, that means we can now update B and C. So to go from A to B, the distance is 5, and to go from A to C, the distance is 2. So that's why we have written here 5 for B, okay, and 2 for C. Simple. And what is the previous node to reach B? Of course, to reach B, the previous node is A, and to reach C, the previous node is also A, and that's why we have written A and A here. Simple, okay. See, A is directly connected to B and C, so we are only considering B and C. So only the neighbors or the neighboring nodes have to be concentrated, okay, on with respect to the current node we are trying to compute. So since we are computing for A, we considered B and C, and the costs are 5 and 2, and the previous nodes are A and A. I think this particular diagram is clear to you. So now after we have obtained everything, we will finally have certain values updated. So we have 0, 5, 2, infinity, infinity, infinity. Now among them you have to take the of course not 0, you have to discard the first record, and then if you take the rest of them, 5, 2, infinity, 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 you have to take the minimum of them. Okay, why? Because A has already been visited, okay, or A has already been computed. So you no longer need to concentrate on A anymore. Okay, so you just discard this particular record, okay, and then take the rest and take the minimum value of them. So of course 2 is minimum, okay, 5 is greater than 2, infinity is greater than 2, so 2 is the minimum. So now we have to compute for C. Okay, so now if you look at this next diagram, you can see now we are concentrating on C. Okay, so A has already been done, and so we now go to C. So now C has been crossed because C is now currently we are going to compute for C, and you can see when the current node is visited, I always give a blue cross. Okay, so blue cross means I am now concentrating on that particular node. Okay, so if you go to C now, so C is connected to A, B and E, right? C is connected to A, B and E. They are the neighbors of C. However, A has already been visited, so we need not concentrate on A anymore. Okay, so now we are only left with B and E. So here you can see we are only going to concentrate on B, okay, and E, and not with A anymore. Okay, so current node is C and the links are B and E. So now if you consider for B, then if we have to go from C to B, then the distance is 3, okay, and earlier it was 2, right? So if you look at the previous diagram, to go from A to C it was 2, and now to go from C to B it is going to be 3. So 2 plus 3 is going to be 5, right? It is going to be 5. So if we want to take this particular path from A to C, then C to B, then the cost associated will be 5. Now if we look at this record here, we already have the cost 5 if we directly go from A to B. So if we directly go from A to B, the cost is 5. So we need not update it anymore. Okay, we need not update it, because if I update this particular record and say that okay, now let us keep the value 5 here, but let the previous node be C. Okay, because now we are concentrating on C. So if you have to go to B through from A through C, then the previous node is going to be C. Yes or no? So you could have updated it, but I'm not updating because the earlier value that B has is already the same, which is 5. So I need not update it. Okay, but if it was a lower value, suppose it was suppose from here to here, if it is suppose the distance is 4, then I would have written 4 here, I would have crossed 5 and written 4 here, and the previous node would have been C, because to reach B via C, the previous node is going to be C, right? But since the earlier value itself is equal to the new value we have obtained, we are going to keep the earlier value. Okay, now if you want to look in a different from a different angle, what it means is you can go from A to B with a distance or with a cost 5. You can go from A to C, C to B with a distance 5, because 2 plus 3 is 5. So you can either go from through this path, or you can go through this path. The distance is same. Okay, so we want to keep the previous one that has already been discovered, so we are keeping the earlier one. I hope the concept is fine. So B has been dealt with. Now we go to E. So for E previous was infinity, right? But now we have a path from C to E which is 7. Earlier value of C is already 2. That means to reach C it is already 2. Now we have to add a 7 here, okay, so that we can reach E. So 2 plus 7 is going to be 9, and that's why we have crossed infinity and put 9 here. That means to go from A to E, through C is going to be 9. I repeat it once again, to go from C to E through starting from A is going to be 9. It is obvious because if you look at the diagram here, to go from A to E via C, it is 2 plus 7, which is 9. So that's why we have written 9 here. Okay. Okay, so here it is 9, and why it has happened? Because the distance is 2 plus 7 is going to be 9. And then what is this previous node we have here? It is C, right? So why it is C? Because if you have to reach E, okay, starting from A via C, then we have A, C, E. So what is the previous node we have? It is going to be C. So that's why we have written C here. Okay, earlier we did not know about the previous node, but now we have got to know. So it is C. So the two nodes have been updated. The two links were C and B and C and E. If you remember, A and C is not required because A is already visited. So now when we concentrated on C, B and C, E, we have updated the values. We have found a cost and also the previous nodes of it. Okay, so now this particular computation is done. So as you remember, whenever we complete the computation, we have to find the minimum value, okay, among all the costs we have. Okay, so A and C has already been computed, so we don't need to concentrate on that. Let us talk about those which are not computed yet, which is 5, infinity, 9 and infinity. So we have to find the minimum among them. Okay, we have to find a minimum among 5, then infinity, 9 and infinity. So definitely 5 is the minimum. So that's why, as you can see here, now we are going to concentrate on this particular record, which is B. So as we move to the next diagram here, again B has been crossed with a blue mark, which means that now we are going to concentrate on B. So from B, how many links are there? We have this link, this link, this link and this link, right? However, A and C are already visited, as you have just known earlier. So now we are going to concentrate on B and E and B and D. So if you let's try to concentrate on maybe D. Okay, so if you have to go to D, okay, D earlier it was infinity, but now we have D now. So what is the cost here? Earlier for B it was 5, that is to reach B it was 5, but now from B to D you again have to add another 6, right? So 5 plus 6 is going to be 11, and that's why we have a 11 here. That is fine, because if you take this particular path, then A, B and D. So if you have to reach from A to D via B, of course the length is going to be, or cost is going to be 11. 5 plus 6 is 11. Okay, so it is 11, and what is the previous node? With respect to D, it is going to be B, and as you can see here, it has been updated to B. Now if you look at the next link, which is B and E, then E already was 9 here. So let us see what happens. So now if you consider from B to E, B is already 5, and 5 plus 3, that is the new cost that we have here, is going to be 8. So 5 plus 3 is going to be 8, but earlier it was 9. And as you already know, we have to keep the cost as minimum as possible. So since we have discovered a new path with lower cost, we are going to update it, and we are going to write 8 here. And then if you consider this particular path, then what is the previous node with respect to E? It is going to be B, and that's why we are updating it to B. Earlier it was C, because we thought that this link was shorter, but now we have found that this link is even shorter than the earlier one, and that's why we are updating it. And that's why earlier the previous node of E was C, because we considered this path, but now after computation in this phase, we have found that this particular path is more economic. Okay, so the previous node of E is going to be B, and it has become B. There are no more links. We have already gone through the links we have, right? So now we again have to do the same process of finding the minimum cost among the rest of the nodes which are not visited. So we have 11, 8 and infinity. So out of 11, 8 and infinity, which is the minimum? Of course 8 is the minimum, and that's why we can see here it has been marked as minimum. So the next node that will be considered is from this particular row. Okay, so now if we go to the next diagram, we can see E is now marked with the blue color. So now we are concentrating on E. So now E is linked with C, B, D and F, right? But C and B are already computed, so we are only left with D and F. So let us go through D now. So if you have to go from E to D, in order to reach E, it was already 8, right? So 8 plus 3, so 8, 9, 10, 11. So the new cost that has become is 11. So here you can see it was already 11, right? So I need not update it. Okay, so it is already 11 here, so I need not update it. Okay, you can update it, but the graph will look different and the effect will be same. Okay, so we don't want to do more computations, because the more computations you do, the more what you call resources required, right? So we don't need to update this. All right, it was earlier 11, so let it remain that way. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if you take this part, it is 11, and 5 plus 6 is 11. So this is also 11. So either you take this part or you take this part, it is same, and that's why we are not going to change it. Then we go to E and F. So to reach E, it was already 8. So plus 4, so it is going to be 12. So earlier it was infinity because we never considered node F, but now we consider it. So of course 12 is less than infinity, so we are going to update it. And if you have to reach F via E, then of course the previous node is going to be E, and that's why we are also updating the previous node. Fine, very simple. So now we are only left with 11 and 12 because all the computations are done. We are only left with 11 and 12. So out of 11 and 12, which is the minimum? We have 11 as the minimum, so we are going to concentrate on this particular record in the next round. So now we go to the next round. So here we are concentrating on D. So D is marked with a blue color. So now in order to go from D to F, because F is the only node that is available, all others are visited. So in order to go to F, it is going to be 11 plus 2. So 11, 12, 13. So it will become 13, but F already has a cost of 12, which is lesser than 13. So we are not going to update the values here, and then previous node here we are going to keep the same. Okay, so here you can see no changes were required after the comparisons were made. All right, so now we are only left with F, and there is nothing to compare, right? There is no link left, so there is no point concentrating on F anymore. So you can just stop. Okay, there is no changes required anymore. So basically the computation is done. So in the end of the day, we had this initial graph with us with the cost associated with the various links, and then after a lot of computations we have found out the resultant table. Okay, so this is actually the routing table that we have. Okay, and here we have found the shortest path from A to all the various nodes. So A to B is going to be 5, then A to C is going to be 2, A to D is going to be 11, A to E is going to be 8. Okay, so why 8? Because we have considered this part 5 and 3, so it is 8. Then A to F is 12, because which part has been considered here? Well, we have I think 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? So this particular part has been considered, so that's why the distance from A to F is 12. And also we have the previous nodes with us. So to reach B, the previous node is A, to reach C, previous node is A, to reach D, previous node is B, to reach E, previous node is B again, and to reach F, previous node is E. So if you take this information and try to draw a particular tree, then we actually obtain this. So this is the resultant graph that we have. So here we have found out the shortest distance from A to all the other nodes in the network that we have taken in the beginning. All right, so this is how we have found out the routing table, or you can say we have found out the shortest path from A to the other nodes in the network. So this is how Dijkstra's algorithm is applied. Okay, thank you.